how to get a ghost mom. First, your mother needs to die, and it'll be a whole thing with a eulogy and a funeral and a few people making complete asses of themselves. Thank God it isn't you making a complete ass of yourself. And in all these moments, you wonder how to find the time to feel anything. So you don't feel anything. Or maybe you feel everything. Perhaps you really don't know how to feel, are certain you feel every way simultaneously, despite this being impossible. So you have a seance. You buy a crystal ball, some incense, burn a candle, write letters to your dead mom at midnight standing over their grave, the moon waning gibbous. Burn these letters. Let the ash drift to who knows where. It's dark and windy and cold. You're just in a t-shirt and jeans. Didn't bring a jacket. Tisk, tisk. Honestly, that more than anything is likely to get your mom up and out of their grave. Or maybe consult a medium. A medium with string beads for doors, because in all the stories, good mediums have string beads for doors. But don't spend a lot of money, because mediums are scams, you know it. And having a pretend ghost mom instead of an actual ghost mom can be preferable. Your pretend ghost mom is probably kinder. All the complicated emotions that are normal between any parent and their child aren't problems with the pretend ghost mom, unless you want or need them to be. Really, though, demons are more reliable. You could make a pact with a demon. Ask them, offering up the soul of your dead mother's enemies to traverse the land of the dead and bring them back. This is hard, so you might find that your demon, who perhaps isn't as reliable as you'd hoped, isn't up to the challenge of a full resurrection. The land of the dead isn't exactly a picnic after all. Then you might suggest possession. Demons know all about possession. And while you can probably convince the demon to place the soul of your dead mother into a human body, again, an enemy or nemesis in mind would be handy, it's going to be easier and more convenient to have said demon put your mother's soul into a household object. A doll is a classic for a reason. But you can't deny the perverse pleasure, a reminder that even the most stable parent and child relationship is fraught, of putting your dead mom's soul into something more peculiar. A television, paperweight, maybe a snow globe, a camera so they can be in every picture. A book is underappreciated and very classy. But perhaps you are thinking this is too glib. Remember, your ghost mom, in whatever form they take, will always be an individual choice and reflection of you and your mother's relationship before their untimely demise. And you can always do nothing. Go about your day, walk to the mailbox, see if there's any mail, though there is never any mail, 'cause no one writes letters in this day and age. Still, it gets you out of the house, and that isn't nothing, or so you tell yourself. You probably should go to the grocery store. Buy food. Make that food that you bought into something edible. It doesn't need to be good. Edible is enough. It won't matter to you all that much considering everything. So eat your food. Take a shower. Brush your teeth. Turn off all the lights in your house and go to bed. Sleep or don't sleep. Think about your mother or don't think about your mother. It's all the same. And look at that. The sun has come up. The next day arrives regardless of whether you want it to. Start the day anew. Only on this day, walk a bit farther than the mailbox, once around the block for the sun. And the day after that, maybe go to your mother's grave, or, maybe don't do that. You could visit friends and avoid talking about anything, enjoying the sound of voices that aren't your own. You could go to the movies, make plans with your significant other that you may or may not keep, but in the planning stage, not to yourself, and feeling as if you've made some marked progress, even if you don't and likely won't keep said plans. But perhaps your mother, in their living life, loved making plans. Maybe your mother was an avid moviegoer, going to the matinee alone, getting full on popcorn, ruining dinner, visiting and laughing with friends, significant others, enjoying the feeling of walking over the threshold of a front door and into the heat of the afternoon, Everything suddenly blinding in the sun, skin warming, the air thick with humidity, the potential of evening just around the corner. Well, you can always do different things, mindless activities to make the days feel smaller. The world has no shortages of things to do and places to avoid. And voila, look at that. Now you have yourself a ghost mom.